Hey, what's up? So you're ready to start the application process. We're gonna do a short little video just to kind of walk you through what you're gonna experience. We use some of the top technology in the industry to make this as easy as possible to get you the fastest pre-approval that there is. But this process can seem a little daunting if you haven't been through it. So we're gonna walk you through it step by step, just so you have an understanding of what the client experience looks like. So you're gonna start off on our website, yorkpamortgage.com, and click on Apply Online Now. Once there, you wanna start an easy app. There's a little tutorial video from our CEO here. Feel free to watch it, but this is directly where you need to go. The first step is where you find out what you're looking for. It lists all my contact information in here in the event that you have a problem or a question. Most computers will pre-fill some of this data, so it makes it super easy. So right now, I'm just filling out the Getting to Know You section, and I'm putting in some bare basics, single family, primary residence. One of the important things to know is if you put in a single family and then look at a multifamily, that's not that big a deal. It's just something we need to have a conversation about. When filling out the purchase price, don't be afraid to fill out too much. If you can't qualify for a particular amount, we're just gonna have a conversation with you about it and then get you approved for what we think we can get you approved for. Are you using a real estate agent? Yes. Basically, this allows us to make sure that we know that you're working with a particular agent. Sam Smith's not somebody that we actually work with, it's a bogus person, but the idea is that it'll allow us to kind of make sure that, you know, they're kind of aware that you've applied and we're working to get you a mortgage. All of this information will live on an encrypted software, and only specific people will have access to it. One of the cool things about this is in any real estate transaction, you're gonna need bank statements. This just allows us to link your bank information directly. If you elect to connect your bank account statements, it doesn't give us ongoing access to them, but what it does do is allows us to send you a notification and you can click a button that allows us access to download the most recent history, as opposing to have to make a trip to your bank or go on the bank's website to download something. The other thing is, a lot of time with bank statements, you may be in the middle of a bank statement cycle. This software is gonna just go back from the day that we are today to the last 60 days to give us the most accurate information. For security features, a lot of times it will ask you to validate your identity. And just like that, I've connected my accounts and given them a last 60-day bank statement snapshot, allowing us to do a pre-approval more quickly. So it's important to understand that you need a 2-year work history. When you're filling out your employment information, if you're not exactly sure when you started at a job, go ahead and just put a general idea of when you think you applied. And if you're not certain on things, shoot us a message or an email kind of letting us know that you may not be sure on that specific date. This information a lot of times pre-fills, making this incredibly easy to get through the application process. Everybody's paid a little bit differently. This screen gives some very basic information just to kind of get us started, but we always verify pay at a pretty high level. So we're gonna look at your W-2s and pay stubs as a way to evaluate it. I'm just adding a property that I own that's a rental property. So if you own other additional real estate, this makes it really easy to look at. This just gives me the ability to add the house that I live in currently. There's options if you want to retain this as a primary residence, if you want to retain it as a second home, if you want to retain it as an investment or rental property, or if you're set or if the home has a pending sale, or if you intend to have it sold. So if you're looking to sell it, I would put property as pending sale. In this instance, my taxes and insurance are included in the payment, so I'm not going to add anything in here for this. This is just basic questions we have to ask on every loan application. This just allows you to re-review everything you've already done, and that's basically it. You're able to submit the application. This allows us to jump start on things immediately. So sometimes in the process, we don't have all the documentation that you need when you're applying, which is fine, but we want you to at least get through the application, because once you're through the application process, that immediately allows us to start working on things to facilitate the pre-approval as quickly as possible. Now, this is automatically going to assign documents that we need to follow up. The great part about this, as you go through, right? This is going to allow us to sign a credit authorization. What this document allows us to do is get a credit report run for you, but also it starts to allow us to do some of the checks and balances that go in on a mortgage, like verify employment. If there's an account that hasn't been updated on credit for a period of time, we can go in and validate the recent history. Like, let's say a mortgage hasn't reported history for the last 6 months. We can go in and we can actually, once we have this document signed, we can start to work on some of the things that take time on the mortgage process, verifying those payment histories and updating it to make sure you're going to get a good approval. And it'll immediately take you to the documentation process. The great part about this is if you want to log out of this and log in from your cell phone and take pictures on this from your cell phone, you can do that. If you want to do this on your cell phone, you can do that. But literally, you can take pictures of your W-2s, pictures of your pay stubs. The account statement section, I'm just going to go in and literally click upload. In the event your bank statement doesn't sync with your bank account, you can literally log on and upload your bank statement directly to the portal. And again, if you're utilizing your cell phone, you can take a picture of your government ID. The mortgage statement, you can typically log on to the mortgage company's website, download that, and upload that. Pay stubs, most payroll companies are on an internet-based payroll system of some sort. You can log into your ADP or whatever it is, download your pay stubs from ADP directly, and you can literally just go back in and upload these into this section here where it says start this section. W-2s, you can log in from your cell phone and snap a picture of them if you only have a hard copy. Most of these different pay websites these days give you the ability to access W-2s over a period of time. When you're done, it's going to say you're all caught up. You don't have any tasks to complete right now. We'll let you know when something requires your attention. Once the application's submitted, we generally will get a notification on our side that the application's been submitted, and then we should be reaching out to you within 24 hours to discuss any questions we may have and either issue the pre-approval or to let you know if there's anything additional that needs to be fulfilled prior to issuing the approval. And that's pretty much it. That's what your client experience is going to look like, which is going to allow us to expedite your application and move it through our processes very quickly to issue a pre-approval quickly and accurately so you can have a smooth home buying experience.